Okay, if you have successfully completed the first video in this training, then you should be able to step right up to the control panel and see the word job, followed by a number, followed by the recognizable name that you gave to your file in Illustrator. Now that you can make a 1" by 1" square and print that job and see that it was delivered to the laser cutter, let's go ahead and put something identifiable and fun into the square. So why bother doing even more work in Illustrator before we can go ahead and make our first cut on the laser cutter? Well, look at this 1" by 1" square. The entirety of our material is only that 1" by 1" square. And so when we design something fun to put inside it, that's going to become a more viable first mini project. So go ahead and put whatever you want inside that square. Just keep in mind that if you use a font, at the end you're going to have to right-click on it and choose Create Outline so that it becomes an actual vector line. And like everything else when laser cutting, make sure you have no fill, a stroke that is absolute black, and a stroke width that is 0.001. Go ahead and print the fancier version of your document, just as before, and see that it appears on the control panel of the laser cutter. Then open up the lid and take a look inside at the rulers and at the vector grid. Vector just refers to these metal lines that extend out from the marks on the rulers. Now that you understand how to read the rulers in the vector grid, place your material, the upper left corner, at the intersection of 4 on X and 4 on Y. Now close the lid gently. It's got a tendency to slam if you don't ease it down. Come to the control panel and change your mode to focus. Now experiment cautiously with this joystick. Pull down a little bit and notice how the numbers go up, but the bed itself travels down, further away from the focal plane of the laser, increasing the distance. And inversely, if I push the joystick up, the numbers come down numerically, and the bed travels up towards the focal plane of the laser, decreasing the distance. So where do we want the bed to be? Well, think about your material and think about the laser. And when you think about the laser, think about it as either being in focus or out of focus. When it's in focus, that is your focal plane. You want the focal plane to be in the middle of your material. So, imagine the moment of putting your material on the bed. You're going to put the bottom of your material on the bed, and up from there is the middle and the top. The entirety of your material, in our case, is 1/8 of an inch. It's 0.125 inches. That 1/8 of an inch defines the top of your material. So, where's the middle? Well, it's halfway between the top and the bottom. So take your 1/8 of an inch, take your 0.125 inches, and divide it by 2 to get half. And you'll get 1/16 of an inch, 0.0625. That's where you want your bed to be. That's the numerical readout that you want to be on or very, very close to when you focus the bed of the laser cutter. And there it is. 0.062 is the closest that I could get. I'm calling that focused, and I'm walking away.